relationship with Purple Coneflowers has been a little bit rocky, but this year I am convinced it's a must-have plant for your cottage garden, and I want to explain how I got to this conclusion. So I have this lovely coneflower, also known as Echinacea, right here, and it's just a lovely daisy-like plant, soft pink, with this really interesting seed head, quite hard to touch and absolutely adored by bumblebees and butterflies, really any type of pollinator. And I did not know this at first, but it actually has a very, very lovely, almost citrusy fragrance that I guess is what attracts those pollinators. It can grow quite tall and has quite a lot of stems full of flowers. I think this one has easy 20, maybe even more flowers on one plant. Now, the next thing that is pretty spectacular, especially for those of you who like to garden on the budget. When I first started my garden, I got this packet of seeds, and the germination rate was absolutely through the roof. I had so many seedlings, I did not know what to do with. I can say that I guess the only downside is that it does not bloom the first year, but it's a perennial that is going to come back over and over and over again. So from this one seed, you can have quite a lot of plants. You can make a meadow, pretty much what happened to me the first year I planted it. So the one thing I did not love about the purple coneflower is that at some point the blooms and the pink becomes faded, almost like papery, brownish. In order to keep its nice look, you really have to trim it. Clip some of those flowers that are not looking as fresh. And I guess at some point during my adventure with gardening, I was a little bit unimpressed, I guess, and started really exploring other flowers and plants. Like, for instance, last year when I added a lot of roses. That brings me to my point why I rediscovered coneflowers. So it is middle of summer. It's actually the beginning of August. And it's been extremely hot here in Zone 7A. It was either super dry and hot or extremely rainy. And so a lot of my flowers and plants that looked beautiful in the spring, I already, past their bloom. Roses are definitely only regrouping after their first flash. My fall plants or fall flowers like asters are still beginning to bud, and pretty much all of my perennial flowers are not doing that great, except for purple coneflower. But these plants are perfectly happy with the scorching sun. They are beautifully blooming and just looking spectacular, while all your other more fancy plants are not doing as great. And so I actually paired it here with Baby Joe, which is a compact variety of Joe Pye weed, and the two of them look very, very pretty. I am not planning to grow many more of these standard purple coneflowers because I did discover the cultivars of Echinacea, and so I just picked few of them up from Home Depot. And this one is Sombrero Tres Amigos. This one is Sombrero Adobe Orange. And then this one is called Double Scoop Watermelon Deluxe. These are shorter than your standard Echinacea. They're more compact. They're more vibrant in color. They are going to look beautifully in the front of the border, some of the middle of the border. And I feel like they are just the thing that my garden is missing today. that brings me to my conclusion that when you have those really difficult few weeks during the summer, it's good to have those super reliable plants that don't need so much watering, that don't need so much care, that are always there. And should everything else fail, they are going to be here to make your garden beautiful. And those are the good old staples of the cottage garden, such as this lovely purple coneflower. I hope you find this video helpful. Subscribe to my channel for more information about plants and garden design. Happy gardening!